Hi, I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I thought I would just pop in here and do a quick video today. This is not a video I was planning on doing at all, but this is a really great opportunity to talk with you and share with you some tips for ordering medicinal herbs online, or even, other kinds of plants and things like that. So usually we grow things from seed if we need them. And this year, I just did not have the space. We've had company staying with us and different things happen, and our seed trays were completely filled up. so we were very space limited this year. And therefore, I started looking into purchasing medicinal herbs online that were already started. And I thought, I've ordered before from other companies, but this year I decided to give two totally different companies a try. And I'm going to share with you what my experiences have been with them, and just talk with you about some tips for ordering online. So first off, you have to start with where you live. Our garden zone is zone 5, and we are in northern Idaho. And our growing season is very, very short, and we can't plant until, usually for warm season kinds of vegetables, the first week of June. So people in other parts of the country are already harvesting but at the time that we are actually just getting ready to plant. So that makes things a little challenging. And when you're ordering seeds online, when you're ordering plants, starters online, you really need to make sure that the company you're ordering from takes into account your growing season. So what I've got right here are a bunch of beautiful starts from Zack Woods Herb Farm. Now, they are clear back in Vermont, and we're in Idaho. So that's a huge distance. The other thing, so one of the things you want to do when you're ordering plants online is to be sure that the company you're working with has good shipping set up so that the plants arrive quickly and undamaged. In my case, the plants, the way Zack Woods Herb Farm works is that I got charged for the plants in April, and I've got quite a few plants here, so it was a pretty good price. And then I got charged separately for the shipping, and I wasn't aware of what the shipping was going to be. It turns out, since I ordered the plants in right around April and received them today, which we're in June, shipping prices have gone sky high. And I almost just gave up on the order, but I decided to go for it. And I am so glad I did, because I just want to show you what I've got here. So before I dive into the medicinal plants that we're planting this year, every single year I plant additional medicinal plants on top of our vegetables and things like that, because my goal for our property at some point is to become an herb farm where I can share medicinal herbs with the community. And I'm already doing that to an extent, which is wonderful. In fact, I counted up all of the herbs we have growing on our property, cultivated or wild, and also those that I can forage from the area around us here. There are 97 plants that I have very close access to already that are medicinal. It's amazing. So I would venture to say that depending on where you are in the United States, you probably have a similar number of medicinal herbs growing in the wilds in your area. So you should look into that. Anyhow, I'm adding a few more. This is going to put us over 120 medicinal plants by the time I get them all in. And this is not all of them. This is just the order that arrived today. I'm very excited about this. So one of the plants, and by the way, these just came out of the box. So you can see where they are a little squishy, some of them. And this is Marshmallow, and it needs a lot of moisture. It has dried out a little bit, but I'm going to go get this right in the ground. I'll show you where I'm going to be planting these too in just a moment. But this is Marshmallow. Marshmallow is a very demulcent, mucilaginous herb. It's excellent for just soothing tissues, mucosal membranes, the stomach lining, your gastrointestinal tract. I love using it with mullein for allergy season, because it also soothes the sinus cavities. It's wonderful. So marshmallow root and marshmallow are excellent. By the way, hollyhocks grow really well here in our area, and hollyhock and marshmallow are almost identically interchangeable. The only reason I'm trying Marshmallow this year is because I love it so much and I want to see if I can get it to grow. So that's hence the Marshmallow. All right. I've got an Echinacea plant here, which actually I did start from seed. So I do have some plants planted out already, but I did get this one Echinacea specimen because Zack Woods didn't have a Tulsi variety that I wanted. I actually ordered 3 different species of Tulsi just to see if I could grow them as annuals out. Well, they can grow as annuals here, but I wanted to see if I could put them in a pot and overwinter them inside. And I do that with a lot of my plants. I do that with my lemon tree, my rosemary, which here's my lemon tree right here. I've got 2 lemons on it right now. And I also do it with several different herbs that we use throughout the year. And what I do is I bring them in for the winter and I put them out when it gets cold, or when it gets warm enough to put out, when there's no more chance of freezes. So these guys actually just came outside with me. All right, let's move on here. That's not the topic. I have got some Arnica. I'm very excited about the Arnica. It grows in high mountain areas, and our elevation here is fairly high. So I'm going to see if I can't find a nice shady spot for it under a tree that has a lot of good mulch. So that's my my hope with the Arnica. Arnica happens to be exceptional for inflammation, bruising, sore muscles, things like that. It's wonderful. This plant is Valerian. I love Valerian. And it's the root that's harvested. The thing about harvesting Valerian root is that you need to harvest the root in the fall of the 2nd or 3rd year of the plant's lifespan. So obviously this Valerian I'm putting into the ground with the long term in mind, because it's not going to be ready anytime soon. So I'm going to be finding a perfect spot for my Valerian. Next up, I've got some yarrow here. Now I did grow yarrow from seed as well. So I already have several plants planted out, but I really want a beautiful yarrow patch of my own so that I don't have to go harvest it in the wild here. So we live in kind of a drier mountain west area. It doesn't get, it gets a lot of moisture, but not like the Pacific Northwest or places like that. And yarrow grows wild in the prairie areas, and you can go harvest it and pick it, but it's kind of sparse. So I'm very careful about sustainable harvesting, especially, well, anywhere, but in my area, I don't want to see plant life just disappear. So I'm very careful. So therefore, I decided that I was going to plant some yarrow. I already have one nice big patch over here in the backyard, but these are going out front, and I'm hoping to really, over the next couple of years, grow this patch into a large one, because one of the things I'm going to do is distill the yarrow leaves and flowers into hydrosols, and I do have a large enough still to yield some essential oil. So really crossing fingers that if these plants do well this year, then perhaps this year I'll go ahead and get a distillation of hydrosol and possibly essential oil. But next year and the year after and the year after, that's my hope, that I will be able to distill our own essential oil from yarrow. Next up, you might just think this one's strange because it grows literally everywhere, but I decided to go ahead and order an elderberry, an elder bush. Now we have massive trees in our area. We have massive elders. The problem is, and it's not really a problem because they're perfectly fine and wonderfully medicinal, but they are a species called canadensis or cerulean. So Sambucus canadensis is the species that primarily grows here, or cerulean, and this is Sambucus nigra. Okay, so this is the official medicinal species of elder, and I thought, what the heck, I'll just go ahead and order a start from Zack Woods. Next up, I've got three skullcap plants down here. Now, they didn't do so well in the shipping. They're a little crushed, but that's okay because I know once I get these in the ground, they're perfectly healthy. They're beautiful plants. Can you believe these plants came all the way from Vermont? I mean, I'm just marveling at this, marveling at it. It's crazy. So I've also got my two species of Tulsi that I could get. This is Vana Tulsi, and this is Temperate Tulsi. So Tulsi is grown pretty much in every single household in India, and it's also known as holy basil. It is wonderful as an adaptogen that is supportive of the emotions and stress levels. So, and it tastes really good and it smells good. So I just love this plant. And I just want to say, a lot of these plants I'm hoping to distill and yield hydrosols or essential oils from. So here we've got our Tulsis. You can see how different they are. One's quite large with flowers already. And one's just getting started. This is my little Vana. These are both going in pots, by the way. I am not planting these out in the ground because they are going to need to be overwintered inside and out. Here we've got Motherwort. Motherwort's amazing, and I could have easily grown this from seed, to be quite honest, but again, I just was space challenged this year, not to mention time. So I ended up ordering Motherwort, and Motherwort grows yay high. It's a real tall plant. It's just a wonderful plant that supports the female hormones and female balance. It's a member of the mint family, and I really am excited about adding Motherwort this year to what we've got going on. So that's a quick rundown of the plants. Now I want to just show you these guys over here, and I'm going to be very careful to keep these away from the plants that came from Zack Woods. This is Spilanthes, and it's a little bit farther along than the Spilanthes I just showed you. I'm going to take this back over here. The reason I'm being so careful with these Spilanthes, I'll spray my hands off here, is because they are infested. So they didn't arrive like that. I ordered a nice shipment from Lovelight, I think it was Lovelight Herb Farm, and they came great. The plants were beautiful. I showed them to my students. I unboxed them, and it was still dead of winter though in our area, which back then it was like April, okay? So I had to keep them under the grow lights and make space for them, and then I had to transplant them because they grew so fast. So these are transplanted, but in the process, we ended up with an infestation of whiteflies and aphids, and so we lost a few of those plants, and those Spilanthes right there I am desperately trying to save. so I'm keeping them away from these guys here, but they're all going in the ground today. So here are your tips for buying medicinal plants online. Number one, find a good quality company who you trust, or at least who you've heard good things about. Number two, make sure that their shipping practices allow for the plants to be shipped to you during your growing season so you can get them right in the ground. You don't want them sitting around because otherwise they get stressed, as some of mine did, and they become infested. They're just like little hotbeds for pests, and you don't want those anywhere near your plants. And the third tip is check into shipping costs, because shipping is crazy. If you could, and I think like with the Lovelight farms, when I bought those, I paid for shipping up front, and so they shipped them right away, which was really good, because if they had waited, shipping for them would have been exorbitant. Whereas Zack Woods, they look at everybody's growing season and then they ship at the appropriate time. Unfortunately for me, that made my shipping costs super high, but that would be the third tip. So that's pretty much it. I'm really pleased with this shipment from Zack Woods Herb Farm. And I just want to make a quick mention. If you get infested with pets in your plants, it's really easy to make a homemade pesticide, or I don't know if I'm allowed to call it a pesticide according to the FDA or the FTC or whoever governs that. But anyway, this solution here is very helpful for getting rid of aphids and whiteflies and deterring other pests. So basically it's just a combination of water, a little bit of dish soap, natural dish soap. I think I actually use Castile soap in this, unscented, and I have neem essential oil. And then if you want to add a little bit of peppermint essential oil to this too, it's really helpful. And then you shake it up and you keep it shaken, and you shake it before you use it. And this is what I've been trying to use to alleviate the little infestation that we got, and it's been working great. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Okay. I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead. I hope that you'll subscribe, and I hope that you'll stay tuned for more herbalism videos and more chats about what we're doing around here on our little homestead / herb farm, and learn herbalism with us. Herbalism has blessed my life beyond belief in so many ways, and I just cannot explain to you how much healthier and well off we are by using medicinal herbs, especially ones that we grow ourselves. All right, I'm going to sign off now. I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead. If you look in the description below, you're going to see lots and lots of free gifts for you if you want to take advantage of those. And I'd love it if you'd stick around until next time. Blessings to all of you. I love you all. I'll see you later.